Hey, federal government. Yeah. We need some money. What for? I want to put beagles on cocaine. I want to have mice become alcoholics. I want to make hamsters take steroids and then fight each other. And then, you know, that Thanos guy with the snap? Yeah. Well, we need to find out if that's something that can actually be done.
Hey, they trying to cancel. Hey, they trying to cancel. Hey, they said that they gonna cancel me. Hey, they said they gonna cancel me. Hey, people on both sides trying to cancel me. I told a bunch of lies, but it ain't damaged me. They gotta come at me at groups cause they can't handle me. I wear my MAGA hat anywhere. Who put their hands on me? I probably never get a Grammy cause I'm too real. I just speak the truth and I don't care about how.
What's going on, guys? There's a lot of crazy stuff to talk about, as you saw with that dumb little skit I just did. But this is reality. This is the thing that I wish I could be saying I'm making up. I wish I could say that our government isn't funding programs like that and many others. But the fact of the matter is they are. So let's go ahead and break them down. So let's start with the beagles and cocaine. So apparently somebody wants to inject beagles, which I grew up with beagles. I love beagles. I don't know why you'd want to give them more cocaine or give them cocaine in general, because beagles themselves are high energy dogs. But apparently there's a group that is wanting to study the effects of injecting 6-month-old beagles with cocaine to see what happens, because #science. To me, this is just absolutely insane. Now, if proposing something like that isn't insane, imagine the people who signed this bill. Congress. They said, hey, you know what? Yeah, this sounds like a great idea. Let's write $2.3 million to go ahead and study the effects of cocaine on 6-month-old beagles. What the hell are we going to learn? That they can get high, they can die, everything we've already learned from watching the coke addicts of the 80s? What is it that we're going to learn? Are we trying to make super beagle warriors that are going to go fight our wars and we just need to give them a little bit of cocaine like Hitler gave the Nazis with methamphetamines? I mean, what the hell are we doing here? $2.3 million of your taxpayer dollars. Now, I want you to think about that. You go to work every day, 5 days a week, probably most of you, and you work your off. You do. You work your off to provide for your family. And then you think, hey, I'm paying my taxes. These are going to good things, right? Because the left's argument is you need to pay taxes so that we have roads, so that we have schools, so that we have this. No, you got to pay your taxes so we can go ahead and have beagles high on cocaine. Fact check true. This is ridiculous, guys. And I'm just getting warmed up. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. $118,000 from the National Science Foundation for a study on whether the Marvel movie villain Thanos, you remember him, this guy right here, if he could actually snap his fingers while wearing the Infinity Gauntlet. What the This is ridiculous. Now, we're not even talking about a study that says, hey, can our enemies make an Infinity Gauntlet? Can they go and get these crystals or whatever? No, it's just literally, well, with a glove like that, could you actually snap your fingers? $118,000 of your hard-earned tax dollars going to that. I don't even know what to say. To me, this is insane. This is negligence. And anybody who looks at this is going to say, nobody is seriously looking into this. Give me $118,000. I'll tell you whether it's possible. I'll have the glove made custom for less than $3,000, and I'll tell you if you can snap. As a matter of fact, I'll just go down to Disney and I'll have it where I actually put on the glove and see if you can snap it. That's a flight. That's a hotel for a night. $3,000 maybe max. I mean, the whole thing is just so absurd. But we have to continue studying, guys. This is the only way that we're going to make it as a country, is if we continue to progress in the right ways. And this is the right ways, apparently. Another thing, we have to train mice, not get them to be alcoholics, not have it be where we provide that as an alternative for instead of water. We've got to train them. These mice have to be trained to become alcoholics. We need them to binge drink alcohol so we can study it. Again, what the hell? And $1.1 million, your dollars, going to training mice to become binge alcoholics. Oh, grab your cup. It's time. That cup didn't cost me $1.1 million or you $1.1 million. And you know, the funny thing about this is a lot of these studies happen at universities. And what do you have at universities? You already have money that's going into those universities through those college students with debt. You already have a ton of funding that's already happening there, right? But they want more money. And for this, what does the 6-pack of beer cost? How long do you think it would take 20 mice, 30 mice to drink a 6-pack of beer? I mean, they're not going to be downing it in an hour. So we're talking, even if you're talking top quality stuff, IPAs, whatever you're into, $10, maybe not even a day. I guarantee that take at least half a week. So what the hell do you need $1.1 million for? Amazing, right? This next one is my favorite one. And look, I'm actually not against it at all. I must admit that I am against the funding style for it because I think, look, we can fund this privately, and you'll understand why here in a second. Northeastern University wants $3 million that Congress has now given to them, or at least approved. They probably haven't gotten it yet, but it's to inject hamsters with steroids and watch them fight. Again, hamsters get injected with steroids and watch them fight. Why does it cost $3 million? That's insane. But let's talk about this from a capitalist perspective. I'm a capitalist. Look, if you came to me privately and said, hey, man, we're going to have a pay-per-view on TV. And I'd be like, okay, what is it? You know, is it something cool? Is it something I'd be interested in? Like, bro, they're taking hamsters. They're injecting them with steroids, anabolic steroids. And then they're putting them in a ring to fight. Bro, sign me up. I'll pay $59.99 to see that. I want to know what it looks like when hamsters fight on steroids. Like, it's just funny to me. Like, this whole thing is just so insane. But look, the $3 million, they were really undershooting because there are a lot of Americans out there and a lot of people around the world who would pay to see that because it's funny. But no, instead they're going to do it behind closed doors. They're going to get $3 million of your tax money, my tax money, and they are going to go ahead and watch it privately. They're not going to stream it. We don't get to see these hamsters fighting. They've been training. We need to see this, but we're not worthy. We're not worthy to see that. You know, and the funny thing is maybe because I don't have, you know, my own lab. I'm not part of a college. You know, I can't do anything like that. If I injected a hamster with steroids and trained them, you know, got them ready to fight and put it on live stream, I'd be arrested for cruelty to animals. I'd be arrested if I injected Beagles, 6-month-old Beagles with cocaine. I'd be arrested for these things. And anywhere else, if somebody tried to get $118,000 to see if Thanos could actually snap his fingers while wearing the Infinity Gauntlet, we'd know what that is. It's all fake. It's all money laundering. That's what it is. It's literally SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried, or whatever the his name is. It's the same type of money laundering. How can the Democrats and how can these establishment Republicans rob us, the American citizens who pay our taxes every year, so that we don't go to jail? How can we get that money out of the system and get it to where it can benefit us? Because I guarantee a good possibility is a lot of these same colleges, you have it to where the professors are donating money to the Democrats. So a lot of times this is just a big move around. And it's insane. It's absolutely insane. But that's not it. Let's talk about two more. Only two more. We're only talking about, I think there was about $500 billion in wasteful spending in the omnibus bill. You know, we're not talking like, hey, you know, money for XYZ that's needed or anything like that. We just are truly talking about wasteful spending. So I have to ask, what does the federal government need in Austin, Texas? Why do they have an investment in there? Because I know here in Idaho, if we want to do something, we kind of have to fund it ourselves. A little old school. But in Austin, Texas, they need $9 million to construct a new park. What is that park going to be used for? Is it going to be used for people walking along like a green belt where there's water and, you know, riding their bikes and getting healthy, things like that? Well, I mean, maybe. No, it's not. It's going to be used for yoga and concerts. What does the federal government have to do with yoga and concerts in Texas? Are they going to give every state $9 million so that we can build a yoga studio outside and a concert hall so that we can put on performances and stupid stuff like that? No. And they shouldn't. That's the thing. This shouldn't be even something we are talking about. The whole thing is just absolutely insane. If the city of Austin wants to do yoga outside, they've probably already got the land and the parks that they can do that. Trevor with his ponytail can show up and start teaching yoga in the parks. You don't need to build a new park to do yoga. You don't need to build a new park to have concerts unless you're a private investor. Like, is the city going to be making money from this is one question. And if they are they going to pay us back as the taxpayers? Is this a loan? Do we get interest back? I mean, these are the sort of things I'm talking about. You know, I was just in Texas, as you guys know, based on the last episode. And in Texas, I'm just going to tell you, I broke a story dealing with illegal aliens crossing the border. And Title 42, of course, says, hey, we're halting this because we don't want infectious diseases impacting Americans. But even with that in place, the city of El Paso decided, oh, you know, we're going to keep letting them in. Hey, not only are we going to let them in, but if they do have COVID, we're not going to test them right at the border. We're going to say, come on in. Oh, now you've tested, now that you're in America, now that it's impacting us, we're going to pay for a hotel for you. You're going to stay there for 5 days. 5 days, right? So if you're like some people who've had it for 30 days, when I had COVID, I had it for like 30 days. You know, I'm overweight, I drink, you know, those sort of things add up. You know, so it's one of those things where it kind of varies depending on the person. But at the end of the day, no matter what, 5 days, you're out on the streets. You're out on the streets in the United States. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't want it to seem like I'm advocating for keeping them in a hotel that the taxpayers of El Paso are paying for more than 5 days. I don't want them on the streets, period. If you have an infectious disease, you shouldn't be coming here. You shouldn't be coming here if you're not following the legal, proper route. We should not be saying, hey, you know what? Well, darn, you know, there's all these people waiting years and years to try and get into the United States for an economic opportunity, but you know, to hell with them. You're right here. You just snuck in the back door. Since you're in my house, let me go ahead and cook you breakfast. Forget that. That is the dumbest shit I have heard. Why is this even a conversation? But it's also happening at the national level, right? They want $17 million to cover unused hotel rooms for illegal immigrants and $168 million that was spent helping illegal immigrants avoid deportation. Oh, I'm so happy that my tax dollars, $168 million of our taxes, went to helping these people avoid being deported. Why is that our problem? Don't come here illegally and you won't have to worry about being deported. It's just like if I went over to my neighbor's house, right? And I broke into his house right now. And then I got shot. And then the government wanted to pay for my health care. It's like, you know, maybe Josh shouldn't have broken into his neighbor's house and gotten a situation where he broke the law and gotten shot. Why should the taxpayers pick this up? This is the dumbest thing I've heard. It's absolutely dumb, especially when you take into consideration, if you go to rebelborderreports.com, you can see a story that we covered about a man named Joaquin. This guy is originally from Mexico, I believe. He's got a very deep Spanish accent. So, yeah, I'm making assumptions here, but he has a very deep Spanish accent. He lives in New Mexico, works hard, you know, has tried to build the American dream. He found a great opportunity to buy apartments, you know, near the El Paso, Mexico border, and he bought them. And now he's getting fined from the city because illegal immigrants are breaking into his house. They're trashing the place. They're trashing it outside. They've smashed all his windows. They've kicked open the doors. They're making it to where literally it's condemned now. Like, it is disgusting. You walk in there and you can see the video if you go look at rebelborderreports.com. It's absolutely disgusting. And this poor man is getting fined for what? For a problem, not what? A problem the city of El Paso has helped create. What the hell are we doing here, folks? I just don't understand. I don't understand, and this is the thing that kind of drives me nuts when there's kind of that worship. There's a lot of people who worship politicians, and these people are they could at least wine and dine us before they do this to us. But no, instead we're expected to pay money to go to an event with a congressman or senator. It's ridiculous. Now I go to these events, I don't pay to get into them. I'm kind of cool, I guess. At least I've tricked some people into thinking I am, so I don't pay to do these things. But I have the conversations. I put our congressman in an uncomfortable situation where he had to address the fact that we were funding Nazis in Ukraine. And what the hell are we doing there? Oh, well, Russia's bad, right? It'd be kind of like if we had joined in World War II and we said, we're going to join the Nazis. We like that they're what they're doing. They've got a great plan. We're going to join them because, gosh darn it, that Britain, back hundreds of years, they were terrible to us. That's what I'm talking about. This is the dumbest thing I have heard of. So here's what we've got to do. We've got to start making these congressmen and these senators uncomfortable. And I don't mean be a jerk, be in their face. Don't do the Antifa or Maxine Waters. If they're eating at a place, go yell at them. Make it to where they can eat. Don't do stupid stuff like that. But it should be where we are looking at this information and we're calling them out when they come home and they start campaigning, because that's a lot of times when we see Mike Crapo. We'll see him when it's campaign season, right? We'll see these people, they start showing up. We should make it uncomfortable and say, what the hell were you doing with my money? Why are Beagles now doing cocaine? Why are hamsters doing steroids? And why are we making mice binge alcoholics? And what the hell is up with the Thanos snap? This is all the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. These people need to be made to feel uncomfortable. Make it happen in the right way. All right, on that note, Josh Gibbons here with Uncancelable with Josh Gibbons. I thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Hey, they trying to cancel. Hey, they trying to cancel. Hey, they said that they gonna cancel me. Hey, they said they gonna cancel me. Hey, people on both sides trying to cancel me. I told a bunch of lies, but it ain't damaged me. They gotta come at me at groups cause they can't handle me. I wear my MAGA hat anywhere. Who put their hands on me? I probably never get a Grammy cause I'm too real. I just speak the truth and I don't care about how you feel. Radio stop playing my music, I'm in the booth still. The president retweeted my song, it's over 2 mil. Who switches their belief when they got something to gain? I'ma try to say the truth without exposing the name. Conservatives dealing to the LGBT is lame. I never apologize for nothing. That's why we ain't the same. Hey, and they ain't shaking hands with no ops. Act like I won't pull up with my MAGA hat to your block. You can keep sending death threats, think I'm gon' stop. That's why I'm buying more bullets, buying more blocks. These people got low IQs and it's obvious. Who really listening to Cardi B about politics? Who really think T.I. that's more than try to sound smart? Talib Kweli pump fake on Twitter, he ain't got no heart. They say Bryson, calm down, don't get too controversial. You need to clean up your image cause you could go commercial. You know saying the truth out loud too much, that right there hurt you. They play my album everywhere, I'm universal. Somebody gotta do it, why not me? I help you with my address if you wanna dox me. People get exposed, ask why it never shocks me. Cause they know if they try me, it's 1 + 5 be. That better host to kinda call me that I'm too hot. I say that we ain't real conservatives, but that's cause you not. Y'all jealous of Candace Owens, y'all jealous of Brandon Tatum, y'all jealous of King Faith. Just look at the situation and look at all of the lies. You know it's manipulation and then they gon' double down. That takes some dedication, they spreading the fake news. They claiming that others taking division cause people hating. It's obvious and it's blatant. Hey, Trump 2020, that's my vote, dog. Who else sticking with 4-5? I need a roll call. They say I'm a menace to society like I'm no dog. I might buy a mega chain now just to throw y'all on game. Stop playing with me, man. People in my DMs talk about they gon' cancel me just to get on my live for me to make them look stupid. Stop playing with me, man. I'm with all the smoke. I ain't playing with y'all. Scared people can't reach nobody.